to roast, you've stripped the bird of leftover meat and you're left with the bones. Now you can make a pot of delicious homemade stock you can use again in lots of dishes, from risottos to soups. So we're going to make a white stock, so called because of the pale colour of the liquid, using chicken, or you could use turkey bones. So as well as our bones and carcass, we're also going to need some herbs, some black peppercorns and some vegetables for flavour, and a large stock pot or saucepan. We're going to start by putting the chicken bones into the pot. So try and remove as much skin and meat as you can, or else the stock will be a little bit greasy. And if your pot is too small for the carcass, you can just cleanly cut it in two, but this one should be fine now. We're then going to top up and cover that with cold water. So it's important to use cold because we want to slowly draw out the flavour and any impurities. If we use boiling water, that will just lock in the fat, and again we'll get a greasy stock. And bring that up to the boil, and while that's happening we can prepare our vegetables. These are classic stock vegetables. So we've got carrot, onion, celery and leek, known as mirepoix in French cooking. So we can leave the skin on the carrot and the onion, and that will give extra flavour. I'm just going to take off the outer leaf of the leek, and we're going to use that for our bouquet garni, or bundle of herbs. So I'm just going to roughly chop the vegetables. Now I'm going to make the bouquet garni, which is a collection of herbs that's going to add lots of flavour to the stock. So here we've got some thyme leaves. I've got some bay leaves, which I'm just going to roughly crush to release the flavour and aroma. And we're going to use parsley. I'm actually going to take off the leaves because the stalks actually hold a lot more flavour and withstand the cooking process a lot better. So it's a good idea to bundle these all together. It makes it a lot easier to pull them out at the end of the cooking time. So we're going to take our leek leaf that we took off before, and we're just going to make a bundle with all these. Just going to wrap that round, and we can just secure it with a piece of kitchen string. So now we've got these ready, we can check on our stock. As soon as it's come to the boil, you want to turn it down to a simmer. You may see that you've got some scum on top of the surface, and we're going to skim that off. The best way to do it is with a large metal spoon or a ladle, and I'm just going to take that off like this. So now that we've skimmed the stock, we can add our vegetables. And our bouquet garni, and some black peppercorns, which will just add extra flavour. So at this point I'm going to add just a little bit more cold water to cover the vegetables. As a rule of thumb, you want double the amount of water to bones and veg. So now we can leave our stock to simmer. We're going to leave it uncovered because we want to slowly draw out the flavours. We don't want to rush the cooking process. And we want to leave it for as long as possible. Ideally 4 to 6 hours will give a really good result. And it's a good idea not to stir it, or else you'll break up the carcass and veg and you'll get a cloudy stock. If you need to, just top up with cold water as the liquid evaporates. So here's some stock that's been simmering away for about 6 hours, and it's got a lovely colour and a beautiful aroma. So now we can strain that. And the best way to do that is with a sieve set over a bowl so you can catch all the juice. You can strain it as many times as you want until you get a lovely clear liquid. So you can either use your stock straight away or freeze it for another time. So there we have it, delicious homemade stock that will bring a lovely natural flavour to your cooking.